What's going on, YouTube? OCD for EDC here. And what I got for your face balls today is an offering from, I'm going to call it NOC knives or NOC knives. I have handled one of these before, not this exact model. But yeah, it was a pretty nice knife. I didn't really check it out. It wasn't mine. I just picked it up and handled it for a few minutes. And, it seemed quality made and that sort of thing. So, anyway, let's get into it. This guy here is called the NOC Knives DG-04. And you can see there it's in 440C blade steel. This is kind of an interesting knife, and so I wanted to check it out. But first here we'll do a couple of size comparisons. Here's another token large knife here. So you can see we're talking about a big ass knife. So here what you're looking at is the Spyderco Native Chief, and on the bottom there is the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight. And we'll do against the Benchmade Bug Out. So as you can see, this is a very large knife. And we'll do the Super Freak. So I think that is about good for size comparisons. So what we're looking at for dimensions here, we've got an overall length of 9.56 inches. Yeah, so this thing's a little over 9.5 inches long. So this, in my book, qualifies as pocket sword. You got a handle length of 5.375. You've got a blade length of 4.185. You've got a handle thickness of just under 0.6 of an inch. It's 590 thousandths. And you've got a blade stock thickness of 150 thousandths. Handle height, it's pretty neutral grip, but all through this area, the handle is 883 thousandths. And then you've got a blade height here of 1.3 inches. And not the sliciest thing ever, but it comes down to 22 thousandths behind the edge. So you got a flat ground blade there. You have some nice satin finish there on the blade, and then up here on these flats, it's the stone washed finish up on the flats. So, pretty nicely done. Looks good. And then the handle on this guy, you've got this, I'm not sure if it's real or faux carbon fiber, but either way, little carbon fiber laminate over orange G10 on this particular guy. They do offer this in several different colors. And just to get it out of the way, the price on this guy, I've seen them anywhere, depending on the handle that you get. So I've seen them anywhere from like $45 to like $65. So pretty decent budget option if you're wanting a bigger beat around kind of knife. And we'll look here. So we've got just shy of 4.2 inch blade, and we're looking at 5.35 ounces. So there you go. Not terribly heavy for how big it is. It's certainly a strange looking knife in the closed position, but I actually think in the open, it's not a bad looking knife. For food prep kind of stuff, because of the cutting edge is offset with the handle, it lends itself pretty well for getting down onto a cutting board. However, you do have this large opening hole here that, can get stuff stuck in there. However, because it's so large, it's going to be easy to clean, so that's not terrible. But, of course, this thing can be front flipped, and then you can, of course, do all the stuff with the opening hole. So, we'll tear this guy down real quick. What I wanted to show you, and what I was kind of impressed with this guy, is just the quality of the construction here. It's pretty nice. I'm not real familiar with NOC knives. I have seen a few of their models, like I said. You're looking at T8 hardware on the pivot screw and T6 back here on the clip and the body screws. And then you've got a couple alignment pins, and that's about it, really. It's pretty simple construction. And so let's just get right into it here. You can see here the hardware is pretty long. You got a lot of thread engagement, and then bumping stuff here, and then the hardware is machined. Pretty nice hardware, so that's always a nice thing to see. And so let's pull this guy apart here. Come on. All right, there we go. All right, so as you can see here, you got a full liner on the lock bar side, and you can see the blade stop pin here. Uh, Really nice, size on the stop pin, pretty robust, and it does go into steel on both sides, so that's pretty nice. And you can see the construction here. Like I said, it's full liner. It's a liner lock knife. You can see the chamfered edge there on the lock bar. And yeah, just pretty nice. Nice construction here. You can see G10 backspacer, and then of course this guy's riding on ceramic bearings. You can see that you've got a really nice detent ball ramp there, and you can see the detent ball track. And then on the opposite side, you have got just this small little liner up here. So as far as the hardware is concerned, that hole there is for that blade stop pin. And then this screw is functional. On some of their knives, they do have some screws that aren't really functional. They're just there for aesthetics. But this screw does hold in that liner there. So, like I said, nice construction for the money. Talking around a $50 knife. Definitely pretty decent. And, if you're looking for a big ass knife, holidays are coming up, and someone that is into big knives, this guy is definitely pretty cool, especially for the money. Like I said, it's pretty cheap. And you can see here, this is stainless steel. There's some dirt on the back of it, but the pivot's kind of an interesting look here. The pivot hardware sits down in there, so yeah, it's kind of nice. Again, like I said, it's just a budget knife. It's 440C blade steel. As far as I know, these knives have tested out on the blade steel. They do. It seems like all of their offerings are either 440 or M390. That's really the only two blade steels I've seen from this company. And their M390 knives, they can get quite expensive. I mean, they can be up in the $150 to $200 range. I'm not real familiar with them. The knife that I handled prior to this one, it was in M390. Like I said, it was not mine, so I don't really have a lot of experience with it other than just handling it for a few minutes. That model was, I think it was a MT-04. It was called a Chef. And it was also a large knife, kind of interesting. And that one was pretty interesting because the cutting edge came way back here underneath the pivot. So that one also was a pretty cool looking knife. So anyway, guys, let me show off the centering there. Let's see if we got any blade play. Oh, yep. So I need to tighten this pivot up here. There we go. Action on this guy is really good. Of course, you're dealing with a really heavy blade here, so when you got that much blade, it's kind of hard to dick up the action. But the detent is good. I mean, you can shake it out for sure, but I think that's pretty common with all knives of this size. Kind of hard to do the front flipping on the camera like this, but anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to show this guy off and let you guys check it out. I thought it was kind of interesting, certainly something different and budget-ish option. Everybody's got a different opinion of what budget means, but anyway, I'll leave some links down in the description where you can pick this guy up. You can find it on Amazon and multiple different places. And just to let everyone know, I'm coming up on 300 subs, which kind of blows my mind that there's 300 people out there that watches the dumb shit that I put out. But anyway, I'm super appreciative of it, and thanks a lot for all your guys' support, and I will be doing a giveaway here really soon. We're just trying to get all the details worked out of how many winners there's going to be and that sort of thing. There definitely will be multiple things that are given away, so you guys stay tuned, check that out. But anyway, guys, like I said, I really appreciate the support. Thanks a lot, and hope everybody has a great holiday. Thanks.